All right, special angles on the unit circle. So in a previous video, we talked about how the terminal point, the terminal side of an angle, that terminal point has a coordinate point x comma y. We call the x value cosine of theta. We call the y value sine of theta. And we're going to start talking about some special angles. We've talked about special angles in the past, that nice unit circle with all those lines on it. We're going to start talking about the sine and cosine values of those special angles. And we're going to start with the 90-degree angles. So these points right in here. We'll start with those. All right. I'm going to start by filling out this first column, and then I'm going to come back for the radian column. So I'm going to do all of these in degrees to begin with. It's going to be the same thing in radians, but I'm just going to focus on the degrees, and then I'll come back and write in the radians. All right. So a 0-degree angle. With a 0-degree angle, boom, you've gone nowhere, right? Your point is this point right here, x comma y, but it's the point 1 comma 0. So the cosine value is the first one, right? Cosine is first, cosine of theta, and sine of theta is next. This is a 0-degree angle. So we're going to write this as cosine of 0 degrees is 1, and sine of 0 degrees is 0. Next, we're looking at a 90-degree angle. So a 90-degree angle hits right here. The x value is 0. The y value is 1. Again, the x value is cosine of theta. The y value is sine of theta. And it all depends on what theta is. And that's why it is of theta. In our case, theta is 90 degrees. This is a 90-degree angle right here. So we have cosine of 90 degrees is 0, and sine of 90 degrees is 1. 180 degrees. That's going to be all the way here. And maybe I should just write in here that this is 90 degrees. And right in here, this is 180 degrees. This is the point -1 comma 0. X value is cosine of theta. Y value is sine of theta. In this case, theta is 180 degrees. So cosine of 180 degrees is -1. Sine of 180 degrees is 0. Last one here, because if we do 360, it'll be the same as 0 degrees, right? This is 270 degrees. We have this point here, which is 0 comma -1. Again, x is cosine and y is sine. So we have that cosine of theta is equal to 0. No, not theta. Let's do 270 degrees is what theta is. 270 degrees is equal to 0. And sine of 270 degrees is equal to -1. So those are all those 90-degree special angles. I will mention, if I come back up here, this 0-degree angle is the same exact angle that you'd get if you did 360 degrees. So we can also say that cosine of 360 degrees is 1 and sine of 360 degrees is 1. So it's 360, it's 0, it's both. Now in radians, it's the same exact sine and cosine values, but with the radian angles instead, which I do have written over here. For 0, it's the same. So we have cosine of 0 is equal to 1, sine of 0 radians is equal to 0. And this is also 0, and it's the same angle that we would call 2 pi. 2 pi, 360 degrees, it's the same. So cosine of 2 pi is 1, sine of 2 pi is 0. For the 90-degree angle, the 90-degree angle is the same thing as pi over 2. So cosine of pi over 2 radians is 0, and sine of pi over 2 radians is 1. For 180 degrees, that's the same thing as pi. I guess I could have made this, let's make it black. So we have cosine of pi radians is -1. Sine of pi radians is 0. Finally, we have 270 degrees, which is 3 pi over 2. So cosine of 3 pi over 2 radians is 0, and sine of 3 pi over 2 radians is -1. All right, so those are the 90-degree angles. I want to quickly scroll. And I guess it's already filled in on this circle over here, but I want to point out, we'll be filling out this circle as we go. I want to point out, boom, 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 that they are labeled here and that we can find the cosine and sine values just looking at the coordinate points themselves. So in the next video, I think we're doing a tiny bit of Pythagorean theorem stuff, but then we're going to be talking about these 30-degree, 45-degree, and 60-degree angles. And for those ones, where is my scrolling happening? There we go. For those ones, we'll be able to fill out these missing coordinate points in here, in particular in the first quadrant to begin with. All right, well, that's it for now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.